Hey everyone, so I'm recording this video lesson to make up for some of the gaps that I left in the live lesson today. The technical issues distracted me a little bit and I forgot to do the piece about solving the missing angle for a triangle, but we did not do solving for the missing angle of a quadrilateral. So we'll talk about that in this video as well. We'll fill in the gap for the quadrilateral. So what I did before, and I want to go ahead and rehash that. I know I didn't give you all enough time to really write down stuff on your notes, but remember, it was the first time. So it was to be expected, I think. Okay. So I said, for example 1, if you had a triangle, and in this case we'll make an easy one like a right triangle, and you know it's right because this little square here says that it's a 90-degree angle. Okay, that's what that little square there says. And you're trying to solve for one angle that's a missing angle, but we know that this angle here is 60 degrees. This one here is 60. But we don't know what this one is. This was the example that we used in our notes. We do know, however, that the sum of triangle angles is equal to 180 of all the triangle angles, okay, is equal to 180 degrees. So as long as you know that rule, you really have to go ahead and just take the 60 that you know, 60 degrees, take the 90 degrees that you know, add them together, and that's 90 plus 60 degrees. That's going to give you 150 degrees. Okay, so you know that when you add those two, it's 150. So go ahead and get the total. If you have the total sum of all the angles, which is 180 degrees, and you subtract this guy, right, which is this angle and also this angle, you subtract 150 from 180, you're going to get 30 degrees. That's 30 degrees. So you know that 30 degrees is what x is, right? Therefore, for the answer to that, x is equal to 30 degrees. Oops. I'm getting a little bit too clean here with my notes. All right. So that's that. Let's go ahead and do the second example that we covered. Let's see if I can find it here in my notes. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Pretend you had an equilateral triangle was the example that was also provided. And Iris gave me this example. Thanks, Iris. And in an equilateral triangle, I didn't do an awesome job there. I have trouble with equilateral triangles because they require such a special hand to create. But let's pretend this is equilateral. And as a bonus, by the way, equilateral. Equi means equal. Lateral means side. So you know that all the sides of this equilateral triangle are equal, and I'm going to put tick marks. 1 tick mark, 1 tick mark, 1 tick mark. That tells a mathematician that all those sides are equal, but also these angles are also all equal to each other. So this angle is equal to this angle, equal to this angle. So really, if you just know one of these angles, this case 30 degrees, you'll know that the other ones are going to be 30 degrees also in this case. Pretend you didn't know, for sake of example, that what that angle is, x. Well, take 30 plus 30, so 30 degrees plus 30 degrees equals 60 degrees. You know the sum of all the angles is 180 degrees, so subtract 60 degrees from 180 degrees. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of messed up here, everybody. I just realized. Oh my goodness, how could I have done that mistake? For this to work, this has to be 60. This has to be 60. Okay, now I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense. Okay, so yeah, 60 plus 60 equals 120. Okay, and then you take the 120 is the sum of those two angles. You subtract 120 from 180. That's going to give you 60. So you know that this one is 60. X equals 60 degrees. There we go. Does that make sense? I'm going to assume that's a yes. Okay. And then, let's see if I can figure this out. The last example that I received with triangles, and make sure you can pause this video if you need to. It was a triangle that was kind of weird. It was a little bit like this. This is when my video was kind of going away, right? And we don't know what this angle is. Pretend it's y. This angle, let's assume it's 95 degrees. This angle, let's assume it's 43 degrees. This one's 43. This one's 95. Solve for the y. Solve for y. What does y equal? Well, take 95 degrees and add it with 43 degrees. It's going to give you 8. It's going to give you 13, 138. Check my math. Yep, 138 degrees. Take the total of all the angles, which is 180, and subtract 138 degrees. Okay, you borrow here, this turns to a 10, 2. You borrow from the 8, that turns into a 7, 4, that's 42 degrees. Therefore, y is equal to 42 degrees. Okay, now let's go ahead and box that and move on. What if you had a quadrilateral? Is this example 4? Yes, it is. If you had a quadrilateral, let's pretend that it's a square. Now, a square is made up of all right angles. Okay? All right angles. The sum of all quadrilateral, like a square, angles is equal to 360 degrees. And remember, quadrilateral, all it means, quadrilateral, it means 4. Quadri means 4, I should have included that. And lateral means sides or side. Okay, so there are 4 sides, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and those tick marks mean that they're all equal length too, by the way. So if you want to find one of the angles, pretend that we didn't know what this one was, which we do, but pretend you didn't know, okay, what this angle is. But you know this one's 90, 90, and 90. First of all, because it's a quadrilateral, x is going to be 90, obviously. But pretend you didn't know. Go ahead and add up 90, 90, and 90. 9 times 3 is 27, so it's going to be 270. So you take 270 and you subtract it from 360. So 360 minus 270 degrees. Okay. And it's going to be a 0. It's going to be going to borrow. It's going to turn into a 2. This is going to turn to a 16 here. It's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 minus 2 is 0. So 90 degrees is what you get. And even if your quadrilateral is like a weird quadrilateral, you should still be in the same situation as what you just saw there. Okay? So even if it were like a weird quadrilateral, or a parallelogram or something, all you would need to do is to get the three angles that I just highlighted here, here, and here, add them together, and then subtract from 180 to solve for this one, which is an x. Okay, so subtract, oh, did I say 180? Sorry, 360. Oh boy, 360. You subtract the sum of this one, and this one, and you're going to get your x answer, whatever it is here. You'll know what x is. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. And just so you know, your assignment is on IXL, and it is AA9. Okay, let me look that up for you. My computers are crashing a little bit. So it's AA9 on IXL, AA9, and it's also on Google Classroom, and it's find the unknown angle in triangles and quadrilaterals. Okay, I think you all know what it is, so I'll just keep it at that. All right, everybody, good luck, and thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, give me a like on YouTube if you remember. See y'all later.